Hello, scrappy friends. Welcome to my live. If this is your first time here, maybe you don't know, my name is Diane Gutierrez, and I am a scrapbooker and a creative memories advisor located in Southern California. So, welcome everybody, whether you're here live with me or on the replay. I know I get a lot of people watch these on the replay, and I appreciate all of you. So, thank you for being here. Okay, so we have a little bit of chatting to do today and then a lot of scrapbooking to do. I'm going to, if you saw the thumbnail or the intro, we are going to be working with our tools today. My goal this year, as you may know, is to really dive into my tools and really just use them as often as possible. I love my tools. I have room for more. I want more, but I really want to focus on using the ones I do have as well, and not just putting them in the on the shelf and forgetting about them. So you'll be seeing probably a lot more tool usage this year. So I hope that you're okay with that. Okay, before we get started, let's go ahead and see what's happening around creative memories. Hold on one moment and I'll start the slide. Here we go. So yep, the new secret box came out, the first one of this year. So very exciting. I haven't gotten mine yet. I was out of town and I ordered a little bit late, and being on the West Coast, then it takes a little bit longer sometimes. So actually, I don't even know if mine has shipped yet. But you can tell a few things if you're interested in learning about the secret box. You can tell by a lot of times what the advertisement is, and that so you see the bluish turquoise colors, the orange, the browns. It's a little bit distressed, so that kind of gives us an idea of the color palette, and the foliage and the leaves that are coming out. Of course, that stole my heart right there. I was very interested to see what that is all about. I love anything to do with outdoors or flowers or foliage of any kind. But if you wanted a couple hints, you can head, oh, I don't have this on my Facebook page, the hints, but there's a paper pack, there's two paper packs, two embellishments, there's some rub-ons and something to write with. There's no exclusive tool this time, which is kind of interesting, but there is, how did they say it? A special version of a small creative memories tool. So that's going to be interesting. I wonder what that is. I know some folks have already received it and the hype is out there, but I really don't know what it is yet. So very excited to see that. And if you have any questions, let me know. I'll try and help you as much as I can, or give you a sneak peek when I get mine if you want. And then the latest collection that has been put out is called Riveting. It's a DIY home improvement type of collection. Looks super fun. I definitely need this. We went through some big renovations in 2021, so I'm looking forward to getting in and working with this collection. But yeah, it has everything. It's kind of more of a, I think this is a masculine, I guess you can say, collection. So even if you don't have DIY projects that you want to scrapbook about, there's a lot of more masculine papers and stuff in this collection. So that looks super fun as well. And that's really all that I have to report right now for Creative Memories. I don't know if we're expecting a launch next week or not. We'll find out tomorrow and see what kind of preview we get tomorrow. Okay, so if you are looking for a Creative Memories advisor, and you know, that's my information right there if you need anything. Also, my email is listed in the description of this video, so you can email me with any questions that you may have. Okay, one last announcement before we get to scrapbooking. Let me go ahead and click on this screen. Yeah, Jana, the color palette, I think it's nice too. Of the, I'm guessing, are you talking about the secret box or the the riveting collection? Either one. I think both of them. Oh, your box, yeah. Yeah, the palette is very nice. It looks very nice, and I do a lot of outdoor stuff being in California, so I'm looking forward to seeing what they have in there. But here's my second announcement on the screen. I do have a virtual open crop coming up. These crops I open up to anybody. Anybody can come. I just need you to register via the link, which is in the description of this video, and also on my Facebook page. But just so I know, I'll send out the sketch we're working on and a little bit other information about the day, not much, and then to anyone who registered. So that's why I do need a registration for this one. I mean, I have other crops with my team and my VIP customers, so those ones I don't need reservations or registration for, but this one I do. It just helps me out a lot, kind of keep things orderly. Yeah, it's on Zoom. It's Saturday the 3rd, so not this Saturday, but a week from this Saturday, and we'll go from 9 to 12. There's a very laid back. I usually offer a sketch just so we kind of are all working on the same thing. We don't have to. You can do any project you want, work on whatever you want to during that time. Cards, scrapbooking, whatever. Sit and watch and listen, talk with everybody else. It's just our time that we can get together, and it's Zoom, so we can talk back and forth. We show our samples, if you like, to each other, so it's fun. It's fun, but very low key. Okay. And that's all I have for announcements right now. So I am going to go ahead and turn my camera around and get going. Have a lot to talk about today as far as scrapbooking. Okay. So like I said, we are going to work with tools today. I recently put out my video, Fun with Tools, and it seems like everybody kind of is on that same thought that I am, that I want to get use of my tools. So I have this whole tray I want to show you. I have a whole tray here that I want to try to incorporate today. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, so first thing that I do is I want to build the background or the foundation of my layout and get the papers cut, get them in order how I want them, and then bring in my tools. So let's go ahead and do it. I'm going to use the new this Life collection. I love the colors in this collection. It's going to go great. What I'm noticing is I'm going toward some more miscellaneous type photos, everyday kind of photos that I've been wanting to get scrapbooked, but I don't have the paper. So now I realize I'm really leaning toward these bright, fun colors. Brought in some scraps. Whenever I'm using my punch, that usually goes hand in hand with my punches, because why not? We have tons of scraps, so we might as well get some use out of them. Let's move this. I have a new silicone mat, which I just leave right here on my desk now so that I'm not fumbling with the big one. But now my mouse, let's see, we'll move it over here. There we go. Okay, so this old piece will be my primary piece. It's, let me turn the light around and get you some better lighting. There we go. This is my favorite piece in this collection because it's the flowers, of course, and the foliage. But it's very bright and has all the colors in the collection. So I'll be bringing in the purples and the yellow, the orange, green, and some more orange. Okay, so basically I'm going to stick mostly with the pieces that come in this collection, but I have a few random scraps and other things that we'll talk about. Okay, let's move these out of the way. I need to show you the whole 2 pages to begin with. Okay, what I want to do is use purple as my background. So you can see these don't even match, but we're going to talk about that in a minute. So purple is my background, but what I want to do something really different today. And what I want to do is on the left-hand side, I want to bring in this yellow and make it a frame style foundation. So the purple will just be poking through a little around 3 edges, and I'll have this piece bumped up right next to the edge. Okay, and then on the other side, I want to bring in my floral paper, and I want to do about 2 inches on the left-hand side, and then on the right-hand side, I want to do about 6 inches. So the reason I'm explaining all this before I start cutting is because I don't want to give up 2 full pieces of purple in order to make this layout. You can, it would make it so much more simple to just adhere your papers down, a few trims here, and then you're good to go. But I don't want to use both pieces today, so I'm going to use one piece, and then for the left hand side, let's see, I'm going to use this one. I want to use the one with the stripes on the back. So for the left hand side, I will do some strips and miter them and adhere them to a white piece. And then for the other side, I'll take the 6 inches and weld it to 6 inches of the flower to create my 2 base pages to begin. So that's why I wanted to explain all that, so you know what the heck is she doing. Okay, so first thing I want to do is I need 3 strips for the left hand side. I really am only going to have like 1/4 of an inch showing. So I really could, if I really want to economize, I could do a 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch. And I was debating if I wanted to do a full inch or not. So I think I'm going to do a full inch just so I don't have to fuss with a lot of little pieces. So I'm going to do 3 1-inch strips. And then for the left hand, I mean the right hand page, I'm going to do that 6-inch cut. Or you can leave the whole thing and just adhere your paper right to that. But I'm going to go ahead and then I have this for my scraps. Okay. Hi everyone who's just joining us. Thank you for joining. Okay, let's bring in my mat. In fact, let me grab the other one too, just to have it handy here. Okay, and this is why I had a piece of white in my stack of papers I was showing, because I'm going to use my mat to hold it. This is just a insert sheet. It's going to be completely covered up, but I want somewhere to mat it. Don't have to if you want to weld these to your insert piece that's going to go right here, the big block. You can do that too, but I don't want to do that. So my strips, I'm going to place one. These are the front sides, and I'm just going to put them together so I can cut them, and this will make it easier to miter the corners. And actually, you know, you don't even need to miter the corners if you don't want. You could just overlap, and there's going to be such a small amount showing that it wouldn't even make that much of a difference. So you won't even see it. Let's do it there. So that's an option as well. Okay, but I'm going to miter just because mitering is a little bit challenging for me. So I thought, you know, I need to practice. So I'll practice with you guys. No, so at the top, I have the top piece facing up, and then I'm going to invert the second one, tuck them together at that corner part, line it up on the 45 degrees line, and then this corner goes on the cut line right there. And then when we're done, we have our side here, flip that one over, and then that's the top. Okay, so now to do this one is a little bit tricky. We want to turn this over and turn it around. So we're working on the other edge, and then take your bottom piece, layered it on top. You want the 2 insides to match. Again, we're going to line up on that 45-degree line, corner on the cut line. Yeah, I find mitering is a little bit challenging. Let's see. Flip this one back over and flip this one around, and there we go. So you have those nice mitered corners. Okay, let me go ahead and adhere this down. Okay, let's see here. I'll start with the bottom. My main goal is just to cover up all that white at the bottom so it's not coming through. and the center part's going to get covered up. So okay. Yeah, sometimes I don't know mitering, you know, I like to gut, it's so much easier for me, but I guess that's because I've practiced that one a lot. And mitering definitely saves you some paper, but I would have gutted it, then I have a 10-inch piece that not as usable, where now I have this scrap, which is much more usable. Okay, one more. Let's put it in place. Oh, I didn't get that. Okay. Put it so I can actually see it. So sometimes saving paper is not always, see, we have that little bit of variance too. So I'm going to overlap a little and trim that off. I'm just using regular adhesive, feeling confident that I won't have to pull it back up. Okay, there we go. So not quick. Okay, and it's going to actually go like this. I'm not thrilled with this little corner right here. Let's give it a little more adhesive and hold that down. Okay. And then my idea was to bring in the yellow piece and trim that down so it fits flush. And I think I'll just do an 11.5-inch square. Let me think about that. Let's take 11.5 inches, take a half an inch off. Let's see. Maybe I only need a 1/4 inch off the other side. Let's try a 1/4 inch and see if we like it. So 11.5 by 11.25, but let's make sure. So I'm going to bring it flush to this end. There we go. So now I've covered up completely the white, but that was what I wanted. And I'm going to come all the way to the edge over here, and you'll see I just have a little bit of purple showing through. Yeah, I do agree. It looks even like you did create a frame. Once my top layer's on, I just feel like it's not really that noticeable, but it does look nice. Okay, there we go. And that's the left-hand page. Let's bring in our second mat. This purple piece will go to the far right. Let me turn it over, although the stripes are pretty nice on that one. And then for here is where I'll bring in my floral piece. And I'm going to do a 6-inch cut. Oh, let's see. I'm going to do my 2-inch cut for the left-hand side. And just so the patterns are matching up, not that you would even be able to tell with this particular print, but I like the back side of that one too. It's purple as well. I'm going to put that up there with my scraps. We'll see. Okay, and then weld these two together. Grab it. I've been using the strips of cardstock to weld, and I'm really enjoying that. It welds so nicely. I used to use washi tape a lot, but I feel like I would move the paper, whereas with this I don't move it as much. Okay, let's flip it over, but I didn't adhere it very well. Let's give it some more. There we go. And then this piece will come on this side, so even covering up more of my purple. And Oh, let's see. Get this on right at the edge. There we go. Let's get that back in frame so you can see it. And one last thing I want to do is I'm going to bring in some striped paper. I'm bringing in this orange. And I think I'm going to do 2 inches. Let's see. Does it matter? Nope. This one's the same on both sides. I'm going to do 2 of these, one for each side. Okay. And then I'm going to put it somewhere around here. And maybe up a little bit. Let's see. Let's see. Here's 1.5 inches. Yeah. We'll do it probably about 1.5 inches. And that's going to be my basic layout for this. And now let me adhere this and we'll get, oh, I'm not going to hear this quite yet because I'm going to be moving it around in order to bring in some of my tools. Okay, so here's my basic layout. I love it because I have lots of color going on. If you didn't want to, you repeat the yellow over here if this part is too much and too loud for you, then and maybe give yourself a strip there. So you can, there's lots of ways you can tweak it. I want this to be full of colors, so I'm going to keep it like this. And I wanted just a little purple on the other side, and it's exactly what I wanted. Okay, so first thing I'm going to bring in is, if you know me, I want to cover up these seams right here. First thing. So that's going to be my first tool that I bring in. It's going to be my border making system and the cartridge of double rickrack. I love this one. I like to buy tools that I consider generic. And this one is what I call generic because I feel like it can do be for a lot of different layouts. I think it's sweet. I think it's very thin, which I like. And it gives us 2. It punches out 2. So very good for a double page layout because I could put a little on both sides. So I'm going to bring in this red shimmer. So red is a coordinating color for this. Oh, that's red shimmer, but I decided to bring in red shimmer instead. I just wanted a little bit darker red. And this shade is a little darker, and I like the fact that it's just a little bit of shimmer. Okay, so I'm just going to punch out one row because I'll get those 2 pieces. Okay. Lots of clinking today with all these tools. Okay, let's put that back up there. And my idea for this is to cover up that seam and just put it like that on both sides. Okay, let's go ahead and adhere that down. How's everybody doing today? It's warm. It's going to be a nice day today, I think. For us, we had some rain. I was actually out of town during the rain, but came home to the wet, so we needed it. Sorry I missed it because I love the rain. Actually, it was raining in Texas when I left Texas too, so I guess I had rain regardless. There we go. Okay, and then this will come back. I think we're going to have it at 1.5 inches. And we'll go like that. Let's see. I think what I'll do is adhere it a little bit so it won't move around on us. but I could still move it around if I need to. Whoops. Okay, 1.5 inches. Whoops. There we go. Okay, straighten that back. There we go. Okay. Let's see, what else do we want to do? I want to work on I'm going to bring in my title and my journaling spot. So I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to work with my journaling spot first because I want to do something. We talk about doing this all the time and I don't do it as often as I would like, but I'm going to bring in this, a frame. This is a frame punch. It'll make a frame style or a border. And I'm going to use it as a little bit of a frame. But you know what? First, I'm thinking I should put my photos on, actually, is what I'm thinking I should do before. So you can kind of get an idea of what I'm working on. Oh, it was -50, Kenzie. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh, I hope it does warm up for you today. So I have these pictures of my daughter when she was just a baby. It was actually my cousin's child's birthday, and so this is the second page in the album. So the first one was his birthday, and then these are all just random photos I had left of her and some other family shots. So that's what I'm going to use for today. So I think, let's get my trimmer. I think for this one I'm going to do a 4x4. And let's see, go a little closer up here. So yeah, that was his birthday, but then I ended up with all these cute photos of my daughter. So I thought, why not? Why not keep them? This one printed as a 3x5. It's not my favorite photo, but I think it's going to go good with this rest of them. And then the rest, I was going to make them 3.5x5. So I brought my template in. I've talked about these templates before. I made these. I used the, if you go to the Dollar Tree in the kitchen section, they have these really thin cutting mats. I don't know actually what you would cut on them, but I use them because I could see through them, and I cut them and I made them my own sizes. So I have all different sizes. And I think what I want to do is 3.5x5s on this whole layout. So I'm just trying to decide. Looks like I can go to the top of my head, and then let's see, I like to put them right in my trimmer like this so that it lines up, and then I just trim right to it. Let's see, so I can move it around and see what part of the photo is going to be taken off. I mean, there's lots of ways to do that, but there we go. And I'll put that one right there. This was back in 1995. She was so young then. Let's see, I can go right to the top of her head, which is probably what we would do anyway, right? The edge of my trimmer is 5 inches. Now I'm going to have to decide where to cut her little arms. Let's see, go on this side. Let's see, some of these are very close up. Oh, that's okay. Like I said, this is just a random page. Okay, this one's easier. Don't need my template. And 5 inches goes right to the edge of the trimmer. Okay, and then this one, let's see, do this one first. Yeah, I agree. I like to use that double rickrack because it's so convenient that you get both. I hope they bring out more of those. Okay, let's see, put that one there, and then this picture, I think, do I have room to keep it whole? I do, but do I need to? I'm just going to make it standard with the other photos on the page. I could always put a frame around it. There's a lot of dead space in the background. One more little trim. There we go. Some I didn't need my template. Others I did. Oh, sorry, I had to cover up those spaces. Don't have their permission. Okay, there. I think that's going to be better. Now we can have an idea of what we're going to do here and why I'm bringing in certain tools. Okay, actually I'll put this one up and we'll still play with placement, but it's going to be something like that. I want the 3 down here in a row. Trying to get 3 across in a row, 3.5 by 5 inch photo is your friend. I could never get them full size across one page. Obviously the math just doesn't work out. Okay, so that's our main idea. So I want to do a couple things now. I want to bring that cloud punch in and make my journaling spot. And what I'm going to use for that is I have 2 choices here. I have this lined paper. I think both of these came from the Right On collection. They're both orange, so they match. I don't know if you can tell that actually in the camera, but they're both, the lines are orange, and that's why I thought it went so well with this. And let's do the lined. I like checkers for writing as well, but the line is going to make a little more sense for a journaling box. Okay, so I'm going to cut a 6 by 6 inch square. When you're making a frame out of the frame punch, it's best to use in increments of 2. And 4 would be too small, because once you cut off all the sides, then it doesn't leave you with much. Oops. For journaling. It's good for other things, but cluster bases and stuff like that. Okay, so if you haven't done this before, I'm taking the punch and I'm going to punch it as though I'm punching a frame. So in that case, you use the silver line that's on the platform. There's each side, you can go either way. So I'm going to bring it to that silver line and then punch, and then continue using it like a normal punch where you just line up the image. Okay, and then I'm going to pull it out, turn it. So I start with this side, line it up to the silver line again, and punch. Now you get the little square, and I continue as normal. Could clear out the debris, and then you just keep going. Turn it, line up, punch. Again, one more time, turn it, line up. If it doesn't come attached, it's just a little bit off, but it's not a big deal. Just pull it right off or snip it with your scissors, and there we go. So now I made a journaling box. And I'm going to tuck this in down here. I could either go on top or tuck it in. Let's see how much adhesive I put on. Yeah, I like it. I think we could, I don't have like I said, I don't have too much to say. I just always want to give myself that option of having a journaling box. So if I have a lot to say, I would put it on top. Looks super cute like that. The lumpiness of the clouds match, I feel like it matches the flowers and the rickrack. So this is what I do. I go through my tools and I just kind of feel like what goes with my theme, what goes with my pattern of paper choice, all that stuff. So for now, I think I'm going to leave it like that. Bring this picture back in. I might actually trim that one down a little bit. And then continue. Let's see. Actually, I think I want to bring it over a little. so I have more room over here because I do want to bring in something else over here. So let's go like that. Trim this one down just so slightly. Let's see what it is anyway. Oh, it is exactly the same as those. Okay, we're gonna leave it for a minute. See what we think when we're done here. Okay, so that's my journaling box, and my title is gonna come down here. We'll work on that in a minute. Oh, thank you, Kenzie. Yep, a long time ago. She's still precious, but she's almost 29 years precious. Okay, so what am I going to do? I am going to bring in my circle chain border making cartridge. And what I'm going to do is, now this is really using my tools. So I've done this on a couple of videos before, and I'm just going to punch out some circles and cut them and bring, just so I can add in some more color and texture to my layout. So I'm going to do 2 rows of circles. My idea is to, once I'm done, I thought the paper just moved. Once I'm done, I'm just going to make a little block of circles. I've done this with the honeycomb one. It works really great as well. And it's just going to be kind of like a little, you could think of it as like a cut file or a piece of paper. Okay, let's get rid of all this fallout. Don't need my little circle dots this time. I don't think. You know what? Maybe. Let's hold off a few. We're going to make some flowers. Okay. It's another generic border making cartridge. Okay, so for these, actually I don't know why I just did that. Let's push that back up. I think I want them about 8 inches. That will give me 3 rows. So let me trim this. Make it nice and pretty. Trim around the circles. And then another one at 8 inches. Right here. There we go. When I have a lot of tools and use a lot of tools on a page, they are not as quick, but that's okay, right? We're having fun with our tools and we're using them. Let me put some of these, trying to stay organized on my side over here. Let's move this over, because now I just want to line them up. Could overlap them a little bit to line them up. So it'll be like that. Let me go ahead and put a little bit of like I said, I'm just doing this to add that color and texture to the layout. It doesn't really serve a purpose. It doesn't really have anything to do with the theme. I'm not going to make this a birthday theme anyway, because it's not her birthday. It's just those everyday moments that we want to catch, right? Okay. There we go. So I made this little strip of circles. Just so I could bring some red in. It's not really adhered as well as I want right there. Okay. And then I'm going to slide it right over here. And you can make it as tall as you want. We could, let's pop this open. This is why I didn't want to adhere them. You can move it up or down. Let's see, we could have it coming out a little bit underneath our border strip. Let's do a little bit more. Yeah, you know what? I think I want to just make this a little bit more rounded. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to come down here and then put this strip back at 1.5 inches. 1.5 inches. There. Bring my photos back in. It was this one. And see, it just added a little bit of something off to the side, so I don't have to create another a border or use another piece of pattern paper, which would also look really nice there. Just another piece of pattern paper just to kind of ground these two photos. Okay, and that's just a way that we can use our tools a little bit differently. Okay, so I have my journaling spot. Let's work on the title area, which is going to go right here. And for that, I had my tray. I wanted to show you guys really quick. And now I brought my tray out, I just remembered. The flowers on here match perfectly with the Sweet Blossom Trio punch that came out, I believe, in a secret box last year. And it's the perfect flower for this piece of paper. So I did pull that one out. But while I was looking at this paper, I don't know if I'll use these or not today, but my die cuts, my metal dies, had some flowers too that kind of look like the purple flower that's in here. So I just cut a few out. I'll keep it with this collection because I think that they're super cute. And that's another tool. I just, I don't know if I'm going to use all these. I did a few different ones, but so yeah, look at all your tools, not just your certain ones. Look at, everything that you have in your craft room. We all have that stuff piling up, right? So I pre-cut this green doily. It's a small one. It's about 3 inches, and I'm going to put that right down here to house my title. So it's going to be kind of overlapping this strip as well as my journaling box. And I think I need to, I don't know if I adhered that down. Let me go ahead and get some adhesive underneath that and a little bit more on this one. Okay, so my title will go here, and I was planning on using a title from this collection. Came with a bunch of titles, and I like that one right there, Good Times, and all different shades. This collection is meant to be carried throughout the year, so we're probably going to see more shades coming in. I'm guessing that's why they have the pastel colors in here as well. I want something a little bit more vibrant, so like the orange or the yellows. I'm going to stay away from the lighter blues and purples right now. Living in the moment. See, they're cute. I already have green there, but a lot of cute sayings. Very, very generic. Again, good for daily. We're going to go with Good Times. Just everyday kind of titles. Let me go ahead and pop this up onto some foam. Whoops. I know I'm going to want to do that. Then I can move it around a little bit as well. Oops. Put 2 and a little one. I'm saying how nice it is, but yet my fingers are really cold. Okay. Put that there, and then what I want to do here is bring in my 1 3/4 inch circle. Let's see, I had some blue scraps. Blue is, yeah, there is blue in here. I was like, is blue in this layout? Blue is another, oops, my little piece fell. Sorry about that. You guys got to see my gray hair. It fell right off the edge. Okay, I have this little piece. It has a little bit of music notes on it, but you can hardly tell. And I think, oh, it's green on the other side too. So good, in case I don't like the blue, but I have green. There's decisions we have to make. So tools come in really handy when you're building your embellishment cluster. So now we're going to start getting into that by starting with this title area. But here's where you can really bring in a lot of your different smaller tools, your punches. You probably noticed on my tray. Let's see if I can bring this in. I knew I was going to be using the flower paper, so I brought in the flower punch, the leaves, butterfly, any of those critter types would work good on this with this paper. And now they're great to add in like little layering pieces or cluster bases for your cluster areas. So really keep that in mind when you're looking to see what punches. And excuse me, as I was getting ready, I literally was just thinking that I know I'm doing a floral page, so what goes with that? And I just kind of went through everything and just started pulling things out. Okay, let's keep that blue. We could probably get one more punch. Even if I don't use this today, I will punch it and keep it in my cluster box. That's how I build up my stash over here. Okay, so we have that, and then I think I'm going to be punching out some flowers, so I'll come back and add some flowers right over here as well. Okay, so I want to put 2 more cluster areas on here today. So I think, let's see how much room we have over here. I actually want to bring in some more texture down here, kind of like I did up here. So let's bring back in our border making system, but I'm not going to use circles this time. I'm going to use my notebook punch, but I'm going to bring in a piece of Kelly green. Let's see, it's not a full piece. I don't need a full piece. And change the cartridge. So I just basically sat down and thought, what do I want to add? Looked at color, texture, and theme. So some of these I picked because of the theme, other things I picked because of the texture. And this notebook edge punch, I've been just loving it. You probably have noticed if you watched my videos, but it's just had so much texture, and it doesn't have to be just a school theme. I think I'm going to cut this one I just need a little piece. So we'll do 3/4 of an inch. Keep that scrap handy. And I'm going to just tuck it right over here. Way up, so that just a little bit is showing. And I could probably take it all the way to the edge here. My photos are not adhered, so they're not crooked, they're just not adhered. Okay, turn that, there we go. Yeah, I like it. This paper makes it very easy to bring in different pops of color and different ideas. So there we go. I'll get that adhered down after, but I think it'll stay right now. So see how it just brings in that little bit of color and a little bit of texture. Okay, I have this here. Let me bring in, do I have my circles handy? Let's see. So I have this would be a nice size cluster, and I'm thinking up here. In fact, I have some space. We can do that, and then up here as well. Okay, and that's where I bring in my little collection of bases that I've punched out. Let's move that. Okay, so I'm looking for like probably greens, blue in here. Let's see, yellow would work. It's a little big though. That's kind of overwhelming. I have these half greens, which we'll see. Let's see, I'll go through pretty quickly here. Some more green. Brown's my favorite. Here's another one that matches. That might be a good idea. Let's see. White. White is nice. Lots of different sizes and just pieces from, here's another, I'm seeing a theme here. Pieces from, that's kind of cute. Other, oh, purple. Purple's fun. Yep. Okay. I think I like the greens, but pulled a couple extra for fun. Let's see here. Move this one. Let's go ahead and stick this photo down so it cooperates while we're making our cluster. So on this one up here, I'm going to push it a little closer to the center so I have more area, and we can use one of these half pieces as long as I can cover that up. If we wanted to use this one, we can tuck it. It's kind of cute. I'm wondering if I could cover that big piece up. We're gonna work on it and try and cover that so we don't see. I was probably working with some scraps here. Maybe over here. Let's go ahead and get this one down. And maybe tuck this one. Oh, I kind of want it touching the other piece down there. Okay, let's try that. Oops. Would help if I straighten it out. There we go. This one's still floating, and so is this one. So we could still move around, but I think I'm liking that placement. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and work right over here and see what we're going to do with that one. Okay, where's my blue piece? I want to bring in some blue. I have blue here. And let's see if I could get something punched out of this little scrap. I'm going to bring in this new scallop circle, it's called. And if you haven't seen these yet, they have 3 different sections that you can, different ways to print it, to cut it, punch it, however. I'm going to show you a sample. I had to make myself a sample so it can punch out 3 different ways. Okay, so I'm going to go for a solid circle. And I think I need something to hold this, get my sticky notes. Put a little handle on this. Okay, so you move the back to however you want it. So I'm going to put it on number 3. And let's see if I can line this up in here. Push it all the way to the back. It looks pretty centered. There it is. Okay, so I'm going to probably put this over here, kind of mimicking what I did over here, just using some more scallop items. I don't know. Don't know if I could use this one or not. Okay. Okay, not much waste comes out of that, just the punch. I will say though, I do have a little issue closing them. That one and the square ones. I was sitting here one day and the square one popped back open. It made such a loud sound and I jumped. My seat, it was like, oh my gosh. So yeah, I kind of store them opened actually. Okay, but I do like that punch, it's fun. Okay, let's see. Let's bring in our leaves and see if we want any leaves. I brought in some dark green, even though Kelly green is the color of choice for this. I thought I would add in my own. Put one up there. Maybe down here. I don't know if I want one for the top or not, so let's hold off on that. And maybe I can cover up this. Yeah, that'll be pretty good, actually. There we go. I got that covered. Yay. And I can move my scallop circle around somewhere else and then have my leaves covering that up. That works out good. We still can change this to white if we want. Oh no, I kind of like the punch of green up there. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Purple's good, but maybe not for this layout. Not that color purple. Okay. For this one, what other colors do I have? I brought in some yellow or canary. Let's go ahead and punch out a butterfly. Yeah, the leaf punch, I love that leaf too. And that's one of my favorite punches because I've had that one forever and it's so practical for so many things. And I like whenever my cluster kind of is like flowing off, and it helps to do that. In fact, I better be careful there because it looks like I'm going off my page, so I might have to bring it down. All I have to do is turn this circle a little bit, but like that, so it stays on the page. So I punched out a butterfly. Sorry, as I was talking, I punched out a butterfly. I like to bend little wings up, and I'll probably put it right here. Bring in some of that color from over here. And let's see what else we want to do. I do want to get some of those flowers punched out. So I'm going to punch probably orange for sure, and maybe some red ones. So this punch, if you haven't seen it, it's called the trio because every time you punch it, and you don't have to switch a dial in the back, whoa, you get 3 little pieces. And so it's great for building, but I wouldn't want to build all orange. Let me do one more in orange, just so I have some options here. If I don't use these, I assemble them and put them in my little embellishment box. Oops, not done with that. Done with the orange. I want to do some red. Same red that I used. And you see we get the same. And then you can rotate them around. Okay. And then you just build them up. Let's see if I have my glue is here. And you just put a little dot. Any kind of glue would work. Oops, not orange. We want to do red. And you can mix and match. And you can use, of course, make as many different colors as you want. I'm going to stick with the orange and the red because of my color choice here. And then let me just go ahead and adhere these. And then the idea would be to then come back in with the dot and put it right in the center. Super cute. But I'm not going to use my dots today because I did bring in these gems and I want to use those for the centers. So let's see which ones I'm going to use and then decide which dots or what gems I want to put in. Okay, let's bring this back down. Okay, probably down here. Let's go ahead and tuck this. Let's see. I'm going to tuck my leaf under my title and probably a red flower down here because I have so much other orange. In fact, let's change the order. I'll have the green leaf here and the kind of tuck the flower. Not liking that. There we go. There we go. Okay, and then I'll do the opposite up here, and I'll do a orange flower, the red center, and kind of cluster it around. Let's bring the leaves. The flower kind of has to be next to the leaf. Let's see here. I'm just moving them around and tucking them. Put the butterfly up. Wow, let me bring this a little closer to me so I'm not stretching. Okay, starting all over. Let's go ahead and put the circle down. And then the leaves, where did the leaf go? Oh, here it is. Those two are the important ones, right? Because I need to get the leaf to cover up my little bit of piece that I was using there. The flower I kind of want to be, maybe the flower needs to go, oh, like that. Okay, I like it right there. And then the blue scallop. So in this cluster alone, I used 4 tools. So that's what I'm trying to say, like when you're using your tools to build your clusters is when they really come in handy. I'm going to put the butterfly up so it looks like it's flying off. You know what it is? I think I want 2 flowers here. Let's put an orange one and a red one. Tuck the red in behind. There we go. And then we'll bring in the gems when we're done there. Down here, I'll just keep 1. Okay, there's that. Up here, I wanted to bring in the stickers. If you haven't seen these stickers, this is something new. There's they put them in rows. So you'll see across here, each one has a line. The line doesn't come off, just the sticker does. And you just, the idea is that, as I was reading the comments, have to, got the title Precious. Oh, I wonder if it is in there. I don't know. That's funny. Yeah, I like her little chunky arms. I don't want to cover up too much of that. So anyway, the idea with the strips, sorry, I got distracted, is that it's easy to make an embellishment cluster. So the idea is you just pull them straight across and you put them into a cluster so that it helps you to learn to build your clusters. And so I think that's kind of a nice idea, and I wanted to try and give that a try. There's a lot of floral ones that I'm going to use, of course, and then there's a lot of generic ones too. So put those aside for now. But the row I'm looking at is this one right here with those purple flowers. I brought in the orange and the red with the punch, so now I want to bring in some purple flowers. And I can always come back to my other clusters and either, if there's more purple, I'm thinking I did not adhere this to the paper. Well, I'll catch that later. If there's more purple flowers, I can come back through with some stickers, which I'm not seeing any. There's some purple stars, or I can use the ones I punched out from my die cut machine. Okay, so let's see. There's 3 purple flowers, and we can cluster them. I'm just taking them off and playing with them like that. There's some leaves. I especially like this leaf because it looks like our 5-leaf punch. And we can tuck it behind. I'm going to come right over here. And then the little sticker, whoops, can come somewhere around there. I think I'm going to pop the little sticker up on a piece of foam. If I can find it. let's see, a little foam square. Nope, I thought it was going to be too big. And then you can put it right there. And there's one more leaf if you wanted to do one more leaf. It's not the same kind. I don't think I'm going to use it because I have my green cluster base there and I think it's just going to get lost. This one I put into the photo, so that's perfect. Yeah, and I think that's all I'm going to do up there. Now I just have to decide if I want more purple in the other clusters. I don't think up here I will, but I could actually bring in a purple center. I think that's what I'm going to do. Let's go ahead and bring, that way I will have some purple up here by putting the purple gem right in the middle of the flower. I like that. And we have so much purple on this other side anyway, with the whole half a page being purple. Yeah, that's nice. I like it. And let's see, I'll do the same thing down here. Let's go ahead and commit to all this since it's just kind of loose. I'm positioning it so that it looks like it's touching the cloud of the journaling box down here, but it's barely touching. Okay, and then I had the leaf, which I want right there. And then this circle somewhere to kind of house. I like it behind. These little circles come in handy just to add in color into your cluster. Let's put this here first and then, there we go. Let's put it down there. Yeah, there we go. Good times. Go ahead and commit with this one. Whoops, there we go. And let's give it a gem. I don't know if I want purple. Let's see. Yeah, actually I like it. I don't have any purple down here, so whenever you're not sure what to do, look at what did I do up here? Oh, I did purple. Maybe we do need a little piece of yellow up here or something, I think. I'm not sure. Let's see. Maybe I could add in a yellow gem. Do we want it in the center of the flowers? Let's try it. That's cute. Is this one gonna fit? It won't come off. Want a little more centered. There we go. I don't know if I like it on this one. Uh-oh, it might be staying there because it's pretty stuck. There we go. Okay, good. Yeah, just like that one. Okay. Yes, I think I like it. I think I'm done. Can't think of anything else I want to bring in. Let me take off my mat so we can push these together and see. I forgot I have not adhered all my photos down yet. Guess we can commit to that. Let's go ahead and take these off. Okay, let's see here. Straighten it out so you guys can see it. That's going right into the tree right there. That's cute. I do want to lift that up a little bit. There we go. I want a little bit more of the orange showing through at the bottom. Yeah, if you wanted to, you can come back and matte some of the photos, but I think I'm liking it the way that it is. This one maybe would be the only one. It'll be easier to tell too once I take off the little cover ups I put on the faces. Perfect for this photo here and here. There we go. That's what I'm gonna go with. I like it. Let's see, how many tools did I use on this page? I used one. Okay, so I did the Rick Rack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My notebook edge that I thought was not going to move. It'll come back out. There we go. Was I at 7? And then 8 with the butterfly. So 8 tools on this one page. What do you think? Too much? Too many tools? Or just the right amount? What do you think? I like it. I like it. I feel like I really got some really good use out of my tools. All those ideas that we always talk about, do this, do that, I put a lot right here on one layout. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I'll get everything adhered down and probably post this on my Facebook page. So never too many tools. I agree. I agree. We have them, right? We might as well use them. So thank you. Let me come on back. Get my mouse. Come on back and oops, where is it? There we go. Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you guys for joining me today. That was fun. I feel like I got this accomplished. I love it. I'm really, really enjoying using all my tools and then just getting them out. Let's move this out of the way. Getting them out and using them. I've had some of these for a long time and just don't use them enough. Like the Cloud Punch, I haven't used that one in a while, so that was fun. But anyway, thank you for joining me today. I hope that you guys can come to the crop on February 3rd, to a week from Saturday. And again, the registration is in the link actually it'd be below in the description of this video. So I hope to see you then. And thank you guys for saying you like the layout. I like it too, so yay. So I won't be back on Facebook until for 3 weeks. I have to take another little trip to Arizona in a couple weeks. So it falls on the week that I should be coming live. So I'll come live the following week. And then I should be on a pretty regular schedule after that. So I apologize for that. But I can't take all my equipment with me. I was thinking about it, but I'm flying. So it makes it too hard. So anyway, take care, everybody. Thanks for joining me. And we'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.